Hey guys, and welcome to Dainty Bite. There's nothing like the smell of a homemade pumpkin pie baking in the oven, and today I'm gonna show you how to make it from scratch. Plus, I'm gonna make a great pie crust all by hand. I'm not gonna use a food processor for it, so let's get started. In a bowl, you're gonna add 250 grams of all-purpose flour. To that, I'm gonna add a half teaspoon of salt and 1 tablespoon of sugar. I mix very well, and then I'm gonna incorporate butter. And I want the butter to be very cold, so I placed it in the freezer for half an hour. And the easiest way to incorporate it is to grate it, just like you're seeing right now. And you're gonna need 170 grams of unsalted butter, very cold like we said. And I'm gonna incorporate it with the tip of my fingers, just like you're seeing right now. And this is quite enough. Now I'm gonna add some very cold water, just until the dough barely comes together. I added about a quarter cup of water. And remember that I always have all the amounts and all the ingredients in the description box below, so check it out. And if you're liking my recipes, don't forget to subscribe, like and share, and hit the notification bell so that you won't miss any of my recipes. And follow me on social media, the links are gonna be in the description box as well. The dough is starting to come together nicely. And I don't want to work it too much. Just as soon as it forms a nice ball, I'm gonna wrap it in a plastic bag and I'm gonna place it in the fridge for half an hour or an hour, or you can actually make it the night before and use it the next day. It's totally up to you. An hour later, the dough is ready. I'm gonna roll it nicely, and it's okay if it cracks. You can always patch it up, it's not a big deal. And I'm gonna use a 9-inch pie dish. And you're gonna cut the extra dough if there's any extra with a knife, and you're gonna fix the edges just like so. And we're gonna blind bake the dough, and that means we're gonna place it in the oven at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 minutes. And we're gonna weigh it down with some beans, just like I'm gonna show you right now. I poke it with a fork a little bit, add the parchment paper, weigh it down with some beans, and bake it at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 minutes. And now let's work on the filling. I'm gonna add 2 large eggs. To that, I'm gonna add some vanilla and brown sugar, white sugar. Mix very well, and then I'm gonna add some warm spices, some cinnamon, cloves, ginger, and a little bit of salt. And I'm gonna grate some nutmeg, just a little bit of nutmeg. And you don't want to mix the ingredients way too much, just until they're incorporated. Next thing, I'm gonna add the pumpkin puree, and it needs to be 100% pumpkin. You add a whole 15-ounce can. And the last ingredient I'm gonna add is the evaporated milk, and I'm gonna add 12-ounce can. I mix well, and then the pie filling is ready. And I just removed the pie crust from the oven, and it's been baking for 15 minutes. I'm gonna remove the beans, give it a quick egg wash, and I'm using only egg whites here. I'm gonna add the filling, put it back in the oven, and turn down the heat to 350 and bake it for a whole hour. And you're gonna be patient with the baking. Sometimes it's gonna take more than an hour. It can be a little jiggly, but when you insert a knife, just like so, it's still gonna be clean, and that means it's ready. You're gonna leave it to cool completely before decorating or before slicing. And you can simply make some whipped cream to go on top with a little bit of cinnamon. Or you can make this cream cheese heavy whipping cream mixture. I'm gonna leave the ingredients in the description box below. You simply add 3/4 of a cup of heavy whipping cream, you whip it a little bit, then you add some cream cheese and some powdered sugar and a little bit of vanilla extract. Decorate the top and enjoy. I hope you give this recipe a try. Some people like it warm, some people like to eat it cold. My kids definitely like it cold. This pie is on my to-do list every fall, and you'll know why when you try it. All these warm spices are gonna fill the house. I hope you give it a try soon, and until next time, bon appétit!